If you didn't already know, in South Korea there are thousands of teenagers who wake up every day and spend more hours studying than most people spend awake. From the outside, it looks like pure discipline, like they've mastered focus, built perfect habits, and unlocked every productivity secret out there. But that image isn't really accurate. A lot of these students aren't obsessed with self-improvement. Many of them just want to get through school as fast as possible. Some even dream of joining esports teams. Their system isn't fancy either. It's usually just long hours, pressure, and a lot of caffeine, typically an iced Americano between classes. So what's actually going on? How are they able to stay so productive? At first, I thought the answer had to be hidden in a stack of productivity books. I was ready to spend weeks reading, until I found short form, which condenses entire books into detailed, practical guides. Instead of spending weeks, I went through the key ideas in just a few hours. For example, I explored insights from Ali Abdaal's Feel Good Productivity, and it didn't just summarize the ideas. It gave exercises to actually apply them. A few lessons stood out. Forcing yourself to work nonstop doesn't last. If you can make the process even slightly enjoyable, consistency becomes much easier. Grinding without breaks leads straight to burnout. Rest is part of productivity, not the enemy of it. And most importantly, consistency comes from balance, not intensity. But after going through all of that, I realized something simple. Productivity isn't some hidden trick. It's a cycle. You feel a bit of motivation, you do some work, you finish something, you feel good, and that feeling feeds back into motivation. Then it repeats. The more motivated you are, the more you get done. And the more you get done, the more motivated you become. It feeds itself. So whenever you think about productivity, just picture this loop running in the background. This simple idea explains a lot, like how you can avoid writing an essay for 3 weeks, and then suddenly, 30 minutes before the deadline, turn into William Shakespeare. When the deadline is right in front of you, your motivation spikes, the cycle speeds up, and distractions don't stand a chance. It also explains why to-do lists work so well. Every time you cross something off, you're proving to your brain that you made progress. That small win gives you a boost, and that boost pushes you into the next task. That's why productive people break things down. A big task like study is overwhelming, but if you split it into subjects and then into smaller steps, you remove confusion and create more opportunities to finish something. More completions equals more motivation equals faster momentum. But what if you don't feel motivated at all? Here's the key. You don't need motivation to start the cycle. On low-energy days, shrink the task to almost nothing. Do 1 minute of work. Write 1 sentence. Read 1 paragraph. Clean 1 small thing. Then stop if you want. Because finishing even a tiny task gives you a small sense of progress. And that's usually enough to make you want to do 1 more thing. And then another. Before you realize it, the cycle is running again. So instead of waiting to feel motivated, start working and let motivation catch up. This is also why routines matter. If you attach work to habits you already have, like a morning routine or an evening routine, it becomes automatic. Over time, not doing the work starts to feel strange. And that feeling alone can push you to stay consistent. There's a reason students at places like University of Oxford can handle intense workloads, often 40-plus hours a week. It's not because they wake up motivated every day. They don't think, I need to study for 7 hours. They just start with 1 small task, and hours later, they've made serious progress. Not because they force motivation, but because they build it through action. Of course, the cycle isn't perfect. Things like tiredness, confusion, boredom, anxiety, and distractions can slow it down, but you can manage all of them. One of the simplest resets is taking a walk, especially outside. It boosts your energy, clears your head, reduces stress, and gives your mind space to wander, so you're less tempted by distractions later. Beyond that, tiredness. Sleep is the best fix, but quick caffeine boosts can help short-term. Confusion. Make a plan or write a simple to-do list. Clarity creates momentum. Boredom. Change your environment. Even switching where you sit or what direction. You face can reset your focus. Anxiety, break it down. Asterisk, what am I worried about? Asterisk, is it realistic? Asterisk, will it matter long term? Asterisk, what can I control right now? Most of the time, action is the answer. And then there are distractions, the biggest threat to focus. If you want real, deep work, don't rely on willpower. Change your environment. Put your phone on silent and move it out of reach, ideally into another room. That small step can make a huge difference. At the end of the day, productivity isn't about being perfect or endlessly motivated. It's about keeping the cycle alive. Start small, build momentum, protect your focus, and let progress create the motivation you were waiting for.